What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give you my thoughts on Sunday's comeback win by the Giants. Now, to start off, I had to say that my overall feeling after watching this game was relief. Giants looked pretty bad in the first half, but they completely turned it around in the second half. It also appeared as though Brian Daboll took over play calling duties in the second half, so that probably helped it. The very first play of the second half, Jalen Hyde had his first NFL catch, which went for 58 yards, and then Jones capped off the drive 2 plays later with a rushing touchdown, the Giants' first touchdown of the season, oddly enough. The Giants' defense, which was bad in the first half, gave up another touchdown drive to the Cardinals right after, but then the Giants responded again on offense with Barkley running the ball in from a yard out. He also suffered an injury, which we'll talk about more in a second. Then the defense finally stepped up and didn't give up another point after that. And the Giants put up 2 more touchdown drives, with one of them ending with a pass to Barkley from Jones, and another with Jones passing it to Hodgins. On their final drive, the Giants got within field goal range and decided to play conservatively, just running the ball to milk out the clock and cause Arizona to burn their timeouts. While Graham Gano's field goal ended up being successful, Barkley suffered that ankle injury on the final drive, which, according to yesterday, was announced as a sprained ankle that he suffered, which will likely sideline him for 3 weeks. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. So in regards to the Barkley injury, Matt Breida and either Gary Brightwell or Eric Gray will need to step up. And I understand that Eric Gray has yet to really play any offensive snaps. He's been pretty much used as both a punt and kick returner on special teams. And Gary Brightwell, also used on special teams, is listed ahead of Eric Gray on the depth chart, meaning that it's likely Brightwell will be the backup running back to Matt Breida in Barkley's absence. The defense is still concerning me overall, as for the first 2 games now, they failed to record a turnover or even a sack. They need to improve in that regard, although I was happy with how they played overall in the second half, forcing a couple and 3-and-outs towards the end of the game. I feel like the offense kind of sparked them and gave them energy too. So the offensive line deserves a lot of credit too. Mark Lewinsky, who was benched after his horrific performance in Week 1, came into the game replacing Ben Bredeson, who left with a concussion, and he actually ended up playing fine for the most part. Joshua Ezeudu played left tackle in place of Andrew Thomas, who was out with a hamstring injury, and also did fine. Marcus McKethan, who took Lewinsky's spot at right guard, also did his job in his first ever NFL start, I believe. Even Evan Neal looked a lot better, except for a holding call and a couple of snaps where it didn't really look like he knew what he was doing. But overall, I was fine with how the offensive line performed, and I hope that they continue it, although it will be harder against the 49ers, because they did a great job rebounding from an abysmal performance in Week 1. Also, I want to share some interesting facts about this game. This was the first time since 1934 the Giants failed to score in their first 6 quarters of the season. And this was also their largest comeback win since 1950, and the first time they overcame a 21-point deficit since 1949. And lastly, Daniel Jones became the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for 250 or more yards, run for 50 or more yards, have 2 or more passing touchdowns, and have 1 or more rushing touchdowns and no turnovers in a single half. So overall, the Giants had a very promising second half, especially with how bad their first game and a half was to start the season. Now, this Thursday, I to be honest, I don't have high expectations for them being the Niners. I just hope that it's at least a competitive game, although unfortunately I don't see them winning, especially with the 49ers stacked defense and terrific run game and offense. I may or may not do another preview video, going more in depth for this Thursday night matchup between the Giants and the Niners, but we'll see. But that's going to do it for this one. If you're new here, please subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, thank you. Please like and comment. Let me know your thoughts down below. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys next time.